Hey guys! So you want to start calisthenics, but you're a complete beginner, you've got no equipment and you just want to do it in the privacy of your own home. I can completely relate to this. That's exactly how I started, and I want to show you how you can do this as well. Just in case you're unclear on exactly what calisthenics is, to put it really simple, it's just a form of training using your own body weight as resistance. To be a little more specific, it is often referred to as a gymnastics or rhythmic style of exercise, and to reach a high level of calisthenic skill, it requires a tremendous amount of strength. Now, not everyone cares to reach this level of calisthenic skill. Likely, you just want to build strength, feel super fit, and increase your mobility using only your body weight. Well, today I'm going to show you in detail 7 highly recommended calisthenics exercises for complete beginners. Exercise number 1 is the COBRA press. It is an excellent beginner exercise for strengthening your arms, mainly your triceps. Make sure your elbows aren't sticking out to the sides. Keep them close to your body and your hands level with your chest. As you push up, keep your elbows pinned to the sides of your body. Make sure your triceps are fully contracted. Hold the position for a moment and slowly lower back down, keeping the pressure on your arms. As you push up, squeeze your glutes and press your pelvis into the floor. Bring your shoulders back and chest out. The further forward you slide your hands, the more emphasis you are putting on your tricep muscles. The further back your hands are, the more pressure you will place on your shoulders. Alright, exercise 2 is push-up progressions. I want to start with a very beginner-friendly progression, and that's the incline push-up. Begin standing with your hands outstretched against a wall. Slowly lean forward, keeping your elbows close to your body. As you push back, contract your scapula slightly. By doing this, it's building up strength in your upper back. The aim is to only let your arms do the work. Keep your core strong, glutes squeezed, and legs straight. Moving on to progression 2, and that is scapular retractions and contractions. If you've ever tried a push-up before, you'll know that it requires a lot of arm strength. However, if our upper back lacks strength, this puts considerably more pressure on our arms. That's why having a strong upper back makes doing push-ups so much easier. Begin this exercise in a push-up position. Keeping your core strong and glutes squeezed, slowly retract your scapula by pushing your shoulders back and bringing your shoulder blades together. In a continuous movement, continue to contract your scapula. Be very careful to keep the rest of your body stationary while doing this. Progression 3 is the concentric movement. Begin lying face down with your hands level with your shoulders and keeping your elbows close to your body. Push up until your arms are completely straight. At the top, slightly contract your scapula like we practiced in the first 2 progressions. Once again, before you push up, squeeze your glutes and make sure your core is engaged on the concentric movement. Now we move on to the eccentric movement. Yes, this is the opposite of concentric. Begin this in a standard push-up position. Keeping your elbows pinned to your sides, slowly lower your body towards the floor, but instead of completing the push-up, gently lower your knees and body to the floor. This movement is very slow, keeping resistance on your arms to build up the necessary strength to progress to a full push-up. Be careful not to raise your hips during this movement. Make sure your shoulders are in line with your hands. Okay, moving on to exercise 3, and that's staple walks. This is a great beginner exercise for building shoulder strength. Begin this in a push-up position again. Make sure your hips aren't raised or sinking. Ensure you have a flat line with your pelvis under, glutes squeezed, and shoulders in line with your hands. Slowly walk your feet towards your hands, keeping your shoulders over your hands throughout the whole movement. Push up away from the floor and out of your shoulders. Once you're at the top, hold this for a few seconds and slowly walk your feet back out and into the push-up position. It is so important that you take notice of your shoulder placement at all times. This exercise really helped build my shoulder strength, and I still regularly include this in my workout routines. Okay, exercise 4 is dips. For this you'll need a chair, table or a stable surface. Place your hands securely on the edge and move your feet forward until you're on around a 45-degree angle. Keep your pelvis pushed forward and core engaged. Bend your elbows and be sure to keep them facing backwards. Don't let them stick out to the side. During this movement you're leaning back, letting your arms take the weight. Alright, now we're moving on to our core. Number 5 is the hollow body hold. Now take note of my lower back in the starting position. Make sure you are not arching your back. This can cause injury and will not help you in strengthening your core. To fix this, press your pelvis under and your lower back into the floor. You should immediately feel your core engage while doing this. Try to slide your hand under and there should be no space. From here, contract your abdominals and slightly raise your legs and upper body off the ground. Hold this for a few seconds, then control the release back to your starting position. When you release, don't allow your lower back to arch. Keep your core contracted, pelvis under and lower back pressed into the floor at all times. This makes the exercise much more difficult, but it is going to help you build a lot of strength in your core. Exercise 6 is skydivers, and it is great for building strength in your entire back and also works your shoulders. Lie face down with your arms stretched over your head and feet slightly apart. Squeezing your glutes, raise your arms and legs off the ground, contracting your back muscles and hold for a few seconds, then release. As you can see, my upper back is contracted and glutes are squeezed at the top of the movement. To make it a little easier, you can bring your arms out to the sides. The further above your head your arms are, the more difficult the movement is. An exercise that I like to include regularly in my training is skydivers to push-ups. This is combining the eccentric push-up progression with the skydiver exercise. And number 7 is seated L-sit leg raises. To perform many calisthenics skills and to improve your mobility in general, it's important that your hip flexors are mobile and strong. The L-sit leg raise is an excellent exercise for this and can be modified to suit your level of ability. Sit with your back straight and legs outstretched. Depending on where you place your hands will determine how difficult the exercise is to perform. For the easiest version, place your hands slightly behind you and lean backwards. Keeping your legs straight, raise them up off the ground and control them back down without letting your feet touch the floor. By placing your hands further forward, it requires more strength and mobility from your hip flexors and quads. There you go guys, that's my 7 calisthenics exercises that I highly recommend doing if you're beginning your calisthenics journey. All of these exercises helped me so much when I started and I still do every one of them today. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.